Nervous laughter. When the body falls into a state of stress, the brain releases adrenaline and cortisol, causing the heart to beat faster and the entire body to feel tight as a bowstring. This process triggers the release of endorphins, brain hormones that help reduce stress and create an immediate feeling of relief. The result is that you burst out laughing. This is a defense mechanism. Laughter helps reduce pressure, reassure others, and maintain social connections. In short, that's how your brain saves you from an emotional explosion.
Hangry. Why do we get irritable when we're hungry? You can understand that when your stomach is empty, blood sugar levels drop, and the body releases ghrelin, a hunger hormone. This hormone activates the amygdala, the emotional center, and increases the stress hormone. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, which controls reasoning, shows reduced activity. Result? You are easily irritable, have difficulty concentrating, and overreact. It's like a phone with only 1% battery. Every app lags. This isn't a survival mechanism from prehistoric times. Hunger forced our ancestors to quickly find food to survive.
Involuntary blushing. What is involuntary blushing? Imagine your iPhone is overheating, and the screen immediately displays a overheating warning. Your body is the same. When adrenaline is released, blood vessels in your face dilate. Blood rushes to your cheeks, ears, and neck, making your face flush red, like a signal light. This reaction is almost impossible to control or fake, and in communication, it unintentionally becomes a signal of honesty, making you more trustworthy and empathetic.
Frisson. Why do you get goosebumps when you hear a climactic musical melody? This feeling only lasts for a few seconds, like a wave running through the body. At that moment, the brain releases dopamine and simultaneously activates the autonomic nervous system. This nervous system orders the muscles that raise the hairs under the skin to contract, causing the hairs to stand on end and the spine to feel cold. This mechanism wasn't originally designed for music. It's an evolutionary legacy. In ancient times, it helped our ancestors stay warm and make their bodies look larger to scare away enemies. In other words, the brain is reusing an ancient reflex for modern musical experiences.
Rage, tears. Why do you sometimes get so angry you want to cry? When angry, the body immediately enters an alert state. The heart beats faster, blood rushes to the brain, and stress hormones flood the system. This is when the sympathetic nervous system is highly active, preparing for a fight or flight response. But there's an interesting thing. Instead of just flipping the anger switch, the brain sometimes simultaneously activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is associated with a calming response, helping the body cool down. It's like two opposing switches being turned on at the same time, one side pushing tension high, the other trying to soothe. This overlap creates a side effect. The tear ducts are stimulated and tears flow.
Emotional numbness.
Why do you freeze up when faced with a shock? This phenomenon is called emotional numbness, where the brain temporarily freezes. Just like an animal that plays dead when hunted, your body chooses to remain still rather than react strongly. At this moment, the brain also releases natural pain-relieving substances that numb both your emotions and your senses, like a suit of armor that prevents you from being immediately overwhelmed. In the short term, it's the brain's way of protecting you. But if it goes on for too long, you'll easily fall into a cycle of avoidance and find it difficult to fully recover.
Emotion contagion.
It's strange that you laugh just because you see others laughing. And when someone cries, your throat tightens and your eyes blur. Why? Simply put, our brains are programmed to synchronize with those around us. Thanks to this, the whole group could easily bond, fearing together to run away, sharing joy together, or comforting each other in sadness. In short, emotions are the invisible bridge that connects people.
Post-achievement blues.
Why do you feel empty after achieving your goals? That's the phenomenon of post-achievement blues. When you complete a major exam or project, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, creating a euphoric high. But dopamine doesn't last long. It drops quickly, pulling the nervous system from a state of high energy to relaxation. This fall leaves you feeling disappointed and empty. Actually, this is just the brain's way of rebalancing, forcing you to rest and prepare for new goals.
Free-floating anxiety. Sometimes you feel your heart racing, a sense of fear spreading throughout your body for no apparent reason. Why is that? The mechanism lies in the amygdala, which acts like an alarm bell in the brain. It's extremely sensitive. Even a small signal, such as a sudden skipped heartbeat, can be misinterpreted as danger is coming. Immediately, the nervous system triggers an alarm response. The heart beats faster, muscles tense up, and a feeling of anxiety floods in. The question is, why does the brain overreact like this? From an evolutionary perspective, this was once an advantage. With ancestors who lived in the wild, it was better to raise a false alarm and run away by mistake than to be a step too slow and be caught by predators. Today's unfounded anxieties are that legacy of survival. It might seem absurd in today's safe modern life, but it was once a mechanism that helped people escape death.
Tears of joy. Why do people cry when they're happy? When emotions surge, the sympathetic nervous system puts the body into an overloaded state, causing the heart to race and excitatory hormones to spike. To avoid being overwhelmed by those extreme emotions, the brain will automatically activate its balancing mechanism. The lacrimal gland is the release valve that helps cool down and relieve pressure. So tears of happiness are not a sign of weakness, but rather a way for the body to keep joy at a safe level. If you've also experienced brain glitches, like the ones mentioned above, please share your experiences in the comments section. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos, where we'll explore the strange but captivating secrets of the human mind together.